Hello there and welcome to artfulstamping.co.uk. So today I am carrying on with my obsession with using clear embossing powder as an emboss resist. So I used Hold On to Hope and the fabulous Up and Away stamp set and various kind of green and yellow and blue based colours for this project. Now these were created for a upcoming Stampin' Up convention where I create swaps and get to swap with other demonstrators. So if you got one of these, then thank you very much for swapping with me. So I started off with a base of Pineapple Punch cardstock and then used some Granny Apple Green ink just to sponge in various areas. So here I'm using my embossing buddy just to make sure that there's no residual oils from my skin or little bits of gooey bits on the paper before I stamped with the balloon and Versamark ink onto the cardstock. So I alternated between the large balloon and the smaller one just to create a bit of interest on the page. And this is a great way of just kind of covering a page and doing kind of what I would describe as collage stamping. So cover your cardstock very liberally with clear embossing powder, and I suggest you use a large piece of scrap paper underneath. I'm using the grid paper that Stampin' Up sell, which is such a useful tool, not just for protecting your work surface, but also the grid lines make it easier to do certain things. So after I heat embossed the clear, I used this lovely marble stamp just with my hands. I didn't put it on a clear block and just applied elements of that design to different areas of the card. So here you can see me using the really pretty kind of foliage stamp from Hold On to Hope. It's a beautiful stamp and great for creating backgrounds or even focal point features, but here I'm just stamping and stamping off to just cover that whole page with pretty whimsical florals. I then used the little tiny chrysanthemum stamp from the same set and just stamped all over my page with that as well. I think the colour I used was Bermuda Bay for that. So here I'm using Tranquil Tide and that little butterfly to cover over that page, and then used a sponge to sponge Tranquil Tide ink over the top of the balloons. Now when you do this, it's worth taking your time to build up the colour because once you've got that colour on, you also need to keep rubbing to actually rub the ink off the clear embossing portions of the image so that it really gets to kind of show off the image at its best. And it's such a fun kind of moment, this, because it starts to reveal all the different details underneath that you couldn't really see up to now. So once I'd done this, I cut it into 6 different portions because I was going to be making swaps out of them. But this would look beautiful, you know, in a larger piece. Maybe a background for a scrapbook album, or you could use these for ATC backgrounds. It's such a lovely technique to have a go with, and great to kind of keep in your stash, you know, for a later date. If you don't want to use up your whole sheet right now, you can just save them for later. So I cut a base from the Bermuda Bay cardstock, as I had used Bermuda Bay in the colour scheme, and just stamped at the top left and bottom right, and I did this in a kind of production line style to get them done, and then stuck on my yellow centerpieces there. So thank you for watching, and I hope you get to have a go trying this technique out. Now I came back again because after I showed this picture of my card to somebody, they suggested that a border would perhaps help the yellow portion to pop, so I grabbed my Tranquil Tide Stampin' Right marker and just went round the edge, and it was such a quick and easy thing to do. It's definitely something I'm going to do again. So there are the cards, And if you'd like to purchase any of the products you've seen today, please head to artfulstampin.co.uk, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye!